Hello and welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands, the podcast by FITV. So I'm here joined in the studio with...
Jonny
and Tyrone.
Hello everyone, how are we all this
Yeah,
fine Thursday morning?
Yeah.
Not too bad. I mean, it's a little bit drizzly outside, isn't it? But
typical winter weather for us, isn't it? So
classic.
We've had, listener, we've had such a busy week this week. It's been quite insane, hasn't it? We've had sport, we've had government house receptions, we've had a variety of things, but I suppose we'll start off with the first thing. Me and Jonny went for the first ever time to the FIC Darts Tournament. Now that was quite exciting because I had to go myself and a bit of a practice. But how did you find that, Jonny? How was filming it and just covering it and talking to people?
Yeah, I loved it because I mean darts is when I was chatting to people, darts is pretty much. I mean Tyrone, you'll know as well. Pretty much the national sport here, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Everyone plays it. There's about 4 or 5 darts boards in every pub, so there's always there's always a game going on when you walk to the pub. But that means there's lots of top quality darts players. I mean, where I come from in Nottingham, no one can really hit. Yeah. If you hit the board, you're doing well.
Yeah.
So it was good to see an actual tournament with. I mean, there were 6 boards out in the town hall. Games going on all the time until the draw got whittled down to the semis and the final. And nice to see you, Olly, to pick up a few wins as well. How did you find it? Again, obviously, it was your debut actually competing because you play in the league.
Yeah, no, it was great. I managed to get the highest checkout. I don't know how I managed to get that, so I managed to win an award.
I was wondering how long it would take him to say that.
Yeah, there you go.
Had to get that in there somehow.
What's that, a minute?
A minute.
Yeah, so I had to get that in there somehow. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. It was nice to... It's a different atmosphere though. When you're playing in the league, you're kind of with your friends and you just, casually throwing a few darts. But when you're in the actual tournament, you're by yourself. Yeah. And I remember the first game, I got 2 tons, which is 200s in the space of 6 darts. And my hand was actually shaking because I didn't realise myself how good I was doing at the point.
But my hand never happened.
No, exactly, it's never happened. It was one of those where it was like, wow, okay, this is insane. I did manage to overcome my first hurdle, which was John Whitehouse, a very, very good darts player. And the ironic thing is when I was throwing pretty badly, I went through a spell of not doing so well. And then John came up to me when I was practising and was like, you're throwing it wrong. So he was the one that taught me how to
using the wrong end.
Yeah, no, I was throwing it basically vertical rather than tilting it up. For the benefit of the tape, as Paula would say, I'm doing some hand signals here. So I was throwing it kind of vertically rather than actually throwing it upwards.
Yeah.
And John pointed that out, and then obviously, ironically, in the tournament, I beat him in the first round. So.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough.
But yeah, he's a very good player. And the thing is about darts as well is everyone's there to help you out. And I quite enjoyed it. It was a good night. We ended up with our little show darts board as well, didn't we? Where we had our 3 cameras set up.
Yeah. So because we were filming, I mean, we were there from the start because obviously you were getting in your practice.
That's right.
Early doors. As soon as the doors opened, you were in there. Right, I'm on the board straight away. Because your arm was hurting by the end of the night, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I didn't even realise the day after my arm, I couldn't play any darts because it was so sore. Because I was, as the listener might be aware, I was practising in the shed.
Really?
For 8 hours before, like 4 hours.
What?
In little stints.
Big
and
time.
Jonny even joined in and even had a game and beat me, so that was great.
Yeah, so I've
how's that possible? What's going on?
No.
But obviously, Tyrone, you had the joy, I guess, of editing up all the footage that me and Jonny captured. How was that then into editing? Because you're quite experienced in doing the darts.
Yeah, no, because obviously I remember I did because there was no 2021, because obviously COVID, but I remember the 2019 one, I put that together. And I don't know, it was nice because obviously it was the same final, Roy versus Colin, back in 2019, and then it was like a rematch this year, so that was pretty nice to see. But I enjoyed putting it together. Got to manage to write my own script and everything. But yeah, no, it was really fun, and seeing everyone you could tell that everyone was having a good night, and that's like the main thing.
Oh, they definitely were.
Yeah, exactly.
Slowly getting more and more merry.
Yeah,
and the darts getting a little bit more wayward.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the night.
That's definitely the key word there.
I think I might compete next time though.
I reckon you should, mate. I reckon it's, and obviously Catherine's got her own darts as well, which is good. And like I said, we've got our own dartboard in the house. So, like I said, there's more than a big opportunity for
Darts
us to...
team.
I don't think I'm going to commit too much time. I think I'm just going to turn up and then give it a go.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how I started.
Throw it, inshallah. Just
Yeah.
I just say it's a nice sport. It's a nice social event every Monday for the league, especially. And then there's 4 major tournaments. I think the next one's in early September time.
yeah.
But yeah, I think you should. I think it's quite a good.
But when I was chatting to people, and most of the people there do play in the league, and the league's on a Monday, and it seems a bit of a weird time to, like, you've had the weekend and then just an excuse to go back in the pub on a Monday.
Bang.
Because I personally would want like a clean Monday if I'd had like a big weekend, but I mean,
Some people
all these
do.
darts folk, they
Some
picked
people
it on
do
a
get
Monday
big
for a
Monday,
reason,
yeah.
I think.
No, it's good. But carrying on with this kind of sports theme, we're kind of doing new highlights with the Stanley Services Indoor Football League, and all 3 of us play in the Football League. I mean, it was the first one we filmed this week, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the first one we filmed, me and Tyrone.
Yeah.
It was actually, it was last week. We filmed another one as well, which will go in next week's show. And it was good. I mean, we watch the games when we're down there anyway.
Exactly.
I know you're watching most of the games.
Yeah.
Because they get played sort of towards the end of the week, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
On most evenings. And it's good. It's good fun. Like all the games are exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like a good mix of levels.
Yeah.
That they've done a good job of actually, because you don't pick your team, do you?
No.
You just put your name in the hat and then you get assigned a team.
Exactly.
And we just came out that we were in the same team, but that was just by chance, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wasn't even working here
No.
before that. Yeah, that's right.
And how's the team going for you guys? I mean,
Oh,
I've got to ask.
He's done that on purpose. He's done that on
away.
purpose as well.
I've got to ask it. But how's it going for the benefit of the listener?
Oh man.
Are you doing all right?
Tyrone,
Well,
I'll
we-
let you take.
Well, we actually play tonight. Yeah, because we play tonight.
I like that. Looking forward,
Yeah.
not
Nice.
behind.
That's right.
To
That's
our
right.
2 losses.
Yeah, no. Okay, we're 1-2 at the moment, but tonight's a good chance to break even.
I think we're playing bottom of the league, aren't we?
We are playing bottom of the league.
Come on.
Come on, you boring.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're 7th.
We are 7th. Yeah, so one
Out of 10.
outside, one outside the top 6. So we want to get up there.
Come on, you boring.
That's right. So. you know.
But even so, although I'm just messing around, but in terms of it is important, I think, to play a bit of sport at least once a week, isn't it? Especially football. I mean, darts isn't really an active sport, but people love it anyway, don't they? But football is quite a nice. There's 90 people that play. And
Oh yeah, there's
Oh, it's good.
10 teams of about 7 people.
Yeah.
You're looking at 7. Yeah, no, that's right.
And just like I'm still fairly new here, so it's just another chance to meet more people and chat to people when you're there, just watching it or playing the game.
Mhm.
I know I think the first game we played, and then someone came up to me in the pub.
Oh yeah.
Sort of at the weekend after,
Yeah.
because we beat this team, and then it was kind of like, oh, we should have had you or stuff like this. So like, it's just a talking point, isn't it? Which is nice, and just goes back to the whole community element of the Falklands, which is so nice.
But you got an assist though, didn't you, as well? I believe you did a wall bounce and got the assist in there.
That's all I can celebrate at the
go for it.
moment.
Yeah,
One assist that I smacked the ball against the wall, and it came to our star player.
there you go.
Who scores all our goals.
That's good enough.
I really want to get a goal tonight.
Yeah, you've hit the post twice, which means you are.
Come on,
The next shot has to go in.
I'm knocking on the door.
Fingers crossed.
And they've got
fingers
new footballs.
New
as well.
football, yeah.
Yeah, it's
small.
gone to futsal, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Heavy.
smaller and heavier.
Also, it's coming to the close. Johnny especially, have been covering the hockey quite religiously during this season. So,
Yeah.
can you give us a little overview on that and what's going on with in the hockey world?
Yeah, so the hockey, there have been the playoffs over the last 3 weeks. The playoffs have been playing, so that's the first team in the league, which was the Beasts. They kind of went streaks ahead in the league. They won 10 in a row, and then they were playing against the Ducks, who came 3rd, and then the Scorpions came 2nd, and they were playing Venom, who came 4th. And yeah, it's been a really exciting playoff. So they played best of 3 games, and the first week, both the underdogs came through with a 6-5 win.
Yeah.
And oh my days, they were so exciting, the games were. But then last week, the top teams, so the Beasts and Scorpions, they came back and they won their games. So this week it was all in the balance, and it was deciding games. And I think I can say the results, because by the time this will be out, everyone will know. But the Beasts, who went 10 games unbeaten, actually lost their decider. So the Ducks knocked them out. So it's the Ducks in the final, and then they're playing the Scorpions, who beat who beat Venom. So it's been a really exciting season, and every game pretty much every game that I've watched, it's been back and forth and tons of goals and big saves and smashes into walls.
That's right.
and this kind of thing. So hopefully there'll be a decent crowd there for the final, which will be next week. Because when there is a crowd there, it honestly they have the music and everyone probably gets into it. And
so it's a 1 game final.
It's just a 1 game final.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's no sort of like basketball playoff kind of thing. It's just like all winner takes all in 1 game.
Wow.
And these 2 teams, Scorpions and the Ducks, they've both beaten each other in the league throughout the season, so they're quite evenly matched.
Yeah, that's what I like.
So
yeah, that's good.
Should be a good game.
So what's your prediction then? Any exclusives on this podcast? Anything you could, since you're in the know of the hockey?
Oh, well, I'd say the Ducks are probably edging it just because they've beaten the Beasts and they played so well to beat the Beasts, and they've had a few players who've come in from college who seem to have, at the time of the playoffs, who seem to have like pushed them up a little bit. But you never know when you've got when you've got the league's top scorer who's on the Scorpions side, can always produce goals. So I'm just hoping it will be a really even game, and I'm sure it will be. To be fair, and
fingers crossed, it'd be good. I can't wait to see it.
May the best team win.
Exactly.
As well, Jonny, we carry on with the sport. We're quite a sporty group.
It's all the lads
which
right
is
now.
good. Which is good. It keeps us active. But Jonny, you're also playing in the squash league. I mean, how's that going on? You did quite well recently, haven't you? Managed to win.
Tyrone, you could probably say this because I think you saw the leaderboard, didn't you?
Yeah, we were, because last night we were filming the football, and on the way out the door, there's the league table up on the wall, and I couldn't help.
League table.
Yeah, I couldn't help but see Jonny was at what position, number 1?
Was it number 1?
Number 1.
I think it was number 1. Yeah.
No, I mean I'm only joking. I think I was like joint first with 3 people, but I didn't have a game this week, so I'll probably be down a few, but then back at it next week.
Yeah, of course.
But I do I'm really enjoying the squash. It's good, especially because you can just play inside. And days like today, when you're looking outside, and it's grim. You wouldn't want to be playing too much sport outside. So that's ticking over. But that's like a 12-week league, so that'll be going on for a while now.
Yeah.
Still quite a long event, and fingers crossed you managed to be top. Add to our trophy cabinet
repertoire. Yeah.
Yeah, put that. Have you got that checkout? Darts checkout. Have you framed it somewhere in the office?
I should probably do that.
Because you got 20 quid, didn't you?
20 quid, yeah, from FIC. So I might use that on darts products.
Yeah, pay it forward. I like that.
Some deep heat for your arm, maybe.
That's the one. And then I suppose, obviously, the final kind of sports one for me is the bowls. I did play bowls.
The bowls,
yeah. If you forgot about
We're just going through them all.
It's still going on, and the final is today, so Thursday. So I'm sure we'll have a bit of coverage of that end result. So again, it's the battle between Carl and Cecil to see who would win. So they faced each other in the short mat bowls. But this tournament's been going on for 3 months, 2 months, whatever, quite a long tournament. Unfortunately, I got knocked out, but hey-ho, I lost against the better players.
How did you do against Cecil and Carl then, the two finals?
I managed to beat Cecil, which was good. It was a really, really big, long game. Carl, he was just an absolute weapon and managed to defeat me. So, but yeah, he's a very, very good player. But the thing is, it's like at the moment, because bowls is relatively new, they're trying to get a team together for the Commonwealth Games next year.
Oh wow.
So this kind of is a prerequisite to break into the Commonwealth team, which is all good. But yeah, bowls is finishing today, so we should have some coverage next week on FITV for that.
Okay.
Who are the team to beat in the Commonwealths? Do you know? Who are the big countries? The big strong heavyweights in bowls.
In bowls, I don't actually know, to be fair. I'll probably have to come back to you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I should probably have a look at that. I know in the island games, Guernsey is quite a very, very good, strong team for that, but I'm not sure about the Commonwealth. But yeah, this will be the first time that I'll have a bowls team in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, bowls is just like one of those sports that you see on TV, and then you start watching and you're thinking like, wow, this is pretty interesting and pretty fun.
Yeah, because you by yourself really, and some are team events, but majority you by yourself, so you kind of focus you against you.
Yeah.
Just your opponent's in the way, so you just kind of focusing, on your own, on your own game really. But
yeah,
like
you gotta get the spin on the what is it called?
The curvature of the.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Yeah, so but that's kind of the end of the bowls. I'm sure they'll do another one next year. But I suppose that's kind of sporting as a roundup. There's been quite a lot, which is good. this week then, me and Jonny, we also ended up at Cape Pembroke this lunchtime. On Monday lunchtime, wasn't it?
One of the lunchtimes, yeah. Well, on the really nice weather days, because we had, I think, the start of the week it was
Yeah, it was really nice.
glorious.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyrone, you're our resident
Yeah.
Falkland Islander. How many times do we get that kind of weather?
Exactly. No, I said earlier, it was like, okay, something's gonna happen. Sounds pretty. Yeah. No.
I think it rained in the night or something.
Yeah, that's right.
We had a bit of snow in the morning as well, didn't we, at one point?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, that's the Falklands for you.
Changing weather. But I just find it quite crazy how at lunch we can go down to Cape Pembroke, which is a lighthouse, if you're not aware, listener, and go and see whales and just film loads of whales, or go and see epic waves or epic landscapes.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite a nice little spot. I mean, did you enjoy the Cape Pembroke Lighthouse? And
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It sounded like a little bit of a lunch day here.
Yeah.
But no, it was really nice because it's easy, I guess, to sort of do the same thing most days. It's the same anywhere you are, just to get into a routine of going to the same places. But making the most of the weather was really nice, and I mean, I think we saw one other person there. But there always seems to be a couple people with a camera in that spot, because it's quite a regular place that you can see whales and dolphins and sea lions and that kind of thing. And we saw a whale pretty close to the shore, because it was such a calm day. It's so much easier to see them when you can see the blow coming up. So that was really nice, and took a few photos.
Got a nice of the still. I might be able to put it up on the podcast, but we've got a nice still shot of the lighthouse, and there's like a pond or something, or a bit of a
some sort of puddle.
Puddle, that's the word.
Yeah.
There you can get the nice reflection on, which was quite nice. But I suppose as well, this week we've had a few busy packages, and you covered the Samaritans Day.
Yeah, Samaritans Day. Yeah, so it's Samaritans Awareness Day this Sunday, which is all about basically promoting the idea of becoming better listeners, really. So the Samaritans Network is obviously, it's a UK-based charity, but there is a support line available for anyone in the Falklands who feels like they need to, if they're going through difficult times and they need to talk to someone, or they like to just speak to someone anonymously, just to listen to whatever they're going through. It was actually set up in 2008 after a woman that I spoke to was a founder member of Team Tranquil, which is like a mental support group in the Falklands,
Yeah.
Ruth Taylor, and I interviewed Ruth and had a really nice chat with her this week, and she was telling me all about how when they brought down 2 members of the Samaritans charity, and they did some training, and from that came the setting up of an actual, well, initially it was a line that the Team Tranquil would be monitoring for anyone in the Falklands, and they would speak to you on the phone just like the Samaritans do. But this caused, when it got more popular and it was used more, because the Falklands is such a small area, people would be ringing and you'd know who was calling, and then the person on the other end of the line, they'd know who it was. So the whole anonymity just didn't exist.
Yeah.
But now the actual Samaritans line, it just patches you straight through to a random branch in the UK. So that support network came about through Team Tranquil, and it was really nice to speak to Ruth. So it's coming up this Sunday on the 24th of the 7th to promote listening 24/7, and it's all about hopefully everyone becoming better listeners. So have you guys listened to everything I've said there? That's the old
Little thing there.
the old test.
Sorry, when is it again?
Yeah,
Curiosity. No, yeah, that's quite a very good cause, and it's quite a good piece that's made on. It's on FITV this week, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be on the show in the second half, so
Very nice.
check that one out, obviously.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And as well, there is the volunteer point piece that's out on FITV, which is quite a nice spot. But I showed you a few of the clips, Jonny, and you said straight away that you kind of want to go to volunteer point.
Oh,
to
yeah,
see the
definitely.
King penguins.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's they've got obviously all the king penguins there. I mean, is there any spots then that you kind of focus on that you want to go out and visit outside of Stanley, or because there's so much? And Tyrone, obviously, you know quite a lot about the Falklands and outside of Stanley. But is there some nice spots that you've got on your bucket list?
Yeah, I think, is it Carcass Island?
Oh yeah,
Carcass Island looks. I was looking at that this week, just reading about it and seeing some photos, and that looked really, really nice. and I've noted that down as somewhere that I'd want to go. I mean, honestly, volunteer point from seeing your video and some of the king penguins there. I mean, I've seen Gen 2s and Magellanica penguins, but nothing. There aren't any king penguins in Stanley, are there? So I'd love to see some king penguins. And volunteer is not too far away, is it, from Stanley? Obviously, you still have to get a 5-gas flight, but.
No, so there's 2 ways you can get there. You can get there by helicopter, so
Wow.
if you're feeling good to get some really nice aerial shots, or you can get there by land by a car, off-road, but you need a trained driver to go there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's an amazing sport as a volunteer point. But obviously all these other places like Carcass, I haven't been there yet, so I need to get on that one. But yeah, that's there's quite a lot.
And
of
Saunders as well. I mean, after seeing again your video, but like the rock hoppers taking their little showers, that's what stuck out in my mind when I think of that now. Sort of the amazing beaches, and then the rock hoppers all just chilling on their little spots. But yeah, I mean, the problem is it's just not really the time at the moment, is it, really, to be travelling around too much or staying away, just because it's midwinter. But when the days get a bit longer, I literally I was going through a bit of a booklet earlier this week, and I've noted down a little wish list of places I want to go to, so hopefully can start marking them off soon.
Yeah.
Would you recommend anywhere, Tyrone?
Johnny's been here. How long have you been here?
3 months.
Yeah, and then he already knows more about the Falklands than I do. I'll tell you right now. Listening to him now, I was like, no, honestly, no.
But is there anywhere that you might want to go and have a look at, or happy to be in Stanley?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Happy to be here. I like that. Yeah. Brilliant. I suppose as well next week then. So we've had, like I said, a busy week this week, but next week we've got tomorrow we've got the business breakfast.
Yeah,
so that should be quite interesting. Me and Jonny are going to head off to that and talk to some of the school children about what it's like to work at FITV and work into marketing and TV and film. So
trying to replace me
already.
No. So get our
did you have a business breakfast event when you were at school?
Oh yeah, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but it does sound familiar. But I came here year 10 work experience, so I was still in school. So
how did that get linked? How did that come about? Did you have an idea that you
because it's mandatory.
But how come you picked it, or did you not get a choice? We just
just sent here. No, there was like a notice board, like of all the places that were offering, and I just saw FITV and I was like, you know what?
Let's do it.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
You are smashing the darts editing and the football and the hockey, all this stuff. So
that's right.
Which is good. Yeah, I mean, I've never been to the business breakfast as well, and that should be quite. Hopefully, we can inspire a few people. Maybe who knows? Might be able to work here.
Put them off.
Put them off.
Yeah, true.
But I suppose we get free food as well, so it's all good.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Ollie's always happy when there's free food about.
Typical Yorkshireman. I think that might bring that up to a close. I reckon. I think we've done a nice overview of sport and what's gone on this week.
Pretty much just sport.
Yeah, pretty much just sport, which is good. So yes, you can catch our show on KTV this week as well. You can look on Spotify, SoundCloud, on YouTube as well for our podcast and our news roundup. So I guess that's everything. So we'll see you next week.
See you later.
All right.